Hey there, this is Peacekeeperalex and the Psychic Wargamers. This is going to be the Psychic Wargamers stream number 64. This is going to be the Psychic Wargamers Total War 3 Kingdoms Yellow Turban Rebellion campaign Let's Play number 54. Let's carry on where we left off last time, and you can see there's three main conflicts here that have been depicted on the map itself. Over to the north, we have 4 or 5 armies heading towards Taishan, Kingdom of Song territory. That's to the north of us, and most of this is taking place near Penchang mainland. So you can see here that we own like a large chunk of land off to the east, and it's almost connected to our western settlements, where Xiangyang and Shenyang and Nanyang, all those provinces are Runan. And right across the way, really what's separating us is Kingdom of Wei forces, one territory, but then the rest is Yuan Shu, which we're not at war with, so he'll probably be there in the middle of it in the mix for a while. So you can see over to the north, we're moving armies over to Taishan, so 4 or 5 armies over to Yingchuan. We have 2 armies stationed there, and we're not at war with Gongsun Zan, which is a good thing because he has 4 armies sallying forth, and then we can see Gongsun Du, in which we are at war with, a full army trying to recover. Right across the Yellow River from Yingchuan. You can see over near the Kingdom of Song settlement, Henai, which is where we might actually traverse next. And then to the south, again, we're trying to stave off Kingdom of Wei forces. About five armies on our side. Going to try and make that trek to take out Yangzhou farmland, Yangzhou livestock farm, to finally march on Imperial City. Over to the west, we do have a certain kind of encroachment happening in 2 positions. Badong, where we took the city from Kingdom of Wei, and we have this open area to the south to just basically traps around and take the settlements if he doesn't put up a fight. And then over to the immediate east, is it? Ba farmland. So we've taken Shangyong lumberyard and Ba farmland, and we can see an enemy army there. 2 enemy armies right outside Ba. So can we recruit? Raise army. Yeah, we can. So Xixao, we're gonna get some Cav, 4 units, and 2 units of Yellow Turban Warriors. We're gonna get Lu Yu, another 2 units of Cavalry, 2 units of Archers, 2 units of Yellow Turban Warriors. And then we're going to, I think we want to go with Huabai or Zhonggu. One of them. Huabai, I think, is what we're going to choose. Some spearmen in the mix. So we do have an army here if he decides to attack Ba, as he has 2 armies just stationed right outside, and both my armies ended up going to Badong to try and situate that, and they're going to heal up for the next 2 turns. We're going to recruit a couple of units because some of them vanquished. I think we're going to go with some horsemen. I think that would be good. We can also go with some other stuff too. Huang Lao's Paragons, that'd be interesting. As well as the second army, we're full. So we got a lot to maneuver here. And can we move, or are we going to wait next turn?
Remain firm. Deflect with shield, cleave with sword.
My aim is precise.
So we're going to try and heal up.
I am at 1 again.
My aim is precise.
Then we have one other army here heading to Yingchuan to give a 3 army buffer on that city. If there is an attack, in which we can actually just potentially move into Kingdom of Song territory. You can see Yi, Henai, and Dong all the way to the north, and then with that northern assault happening on the other side, with the 5 armies from He moving into Pengwan, the Imperial City and Salt Mine, as well as Taishan, that should end that. And we got a bunch of generals here to upgrade, so we're going to go through it before we end the turn. A lot of younger generals. Zhu Di, the philosopher veteran. And what are we going to give him? Focus, insight. We can go with ranged armor-piercing damage. But he only has 2 arrowmen. Oh, no, he doesn't. He has more than that, I think. Yeah, Zhu Di has more, so we can go with insight. Oh, there is insight, though. 15% research rate. As delectable as that looks, I'm going to go with focus, plus 5 resolve, plus 3 cunning, plus 2 enlightenment, plus 8% ranged armor-piercing damage, plus 10% ranged damage, plus 3% income from industry. What we're going to go with. Followers. We can hook them up with a follower as well, a farmer or a merchant. And he's spiteful, committed, intimidating, and maimed. So what should his equipable be? Food production or trade? We'll give him with merchant. Zudi, the merchant. Philosopher merchant. Oh. He's actually a philosopher, but he has a merchant. Putao. +2 enlightenment. I like this one. Defiance. And is that with his own retinue? Yes, it is. We're gonna go with Defiance, +3 Resolve, +5 Instinct, +2 Enlightenment, but +10% Armor, own retinue. That's gonna be good for the Giant Sea Raiders and the Holy Arrow Archers. So Defiance is gonna be it. And we got some accessories. +9 Cunning, enables mounted fire while moving, enables fire backwards. Give him the bow. So he does have a bow on him. Puchao, we still can give him something else as well too. I almost want to go with knowledge of the body. That's kind of how I feel about it. Doesn't seem to be that he has that skill trait tree. Oh, we can get percentage of research rates. We'll go with research rate there. Gonziyu, the advisor and legendary healer. Abundance unlocks assignment, replenish resources +6 food production. We have a lot of food already. So, Fury, +8 morale in enemy territory, +25 charge bonus, +20 satisfaction, +2 enlightenment, +3 authority, +5 expertise, -30% corruption. We'll do that. We'll give him an accessory, we'll give him the clay axe, +4 satisfaction, +4 authority. So we gave out a few things. Simic Sin, now we go here. He's a physician, healer. No more to equipped in regards to accessories, but the kind of stuff we can choose. Opportunism, +5 resolve, +3 cunning, +2 enlightenment, enables fire arrows, 50% post-battle loot income, 5% melee armor piercing damage, 5% ranged armor piercing damage. That's a good one. Giyuk Sujin. Diyuk Sujin. We do have another follower, so we're going to give her the farmer. She's a musician. And we'll give him mobility as well, +8 authority, +8 morale when attacking, +25% battle running speed. Raise your sail 1 foot and you get 10 feet of wind. So there we go. Kwakia will also give charisma, +8 unit morale, +2 public order, +2 enlightenment, +5 instinct, +3 resolve. Radiate vitality, and you will inspire others to do the same.
Contemplate all. Lift the peasants.
So we're done working on that, and we also got some more stuff to do in regards to some of our cities. We can upgrade quite a few. We have a decent amount of coins, so I can just go through and upgrade all of them here. Bring us down a bit on the amount of money that we have. Kind of settlements that I can raise here. So Yellow Turban, and this does matter, Yellow Turban Citadel. That's going to be good. We're going to go with Livestock Farmstead or Grand Livestock Estate. More income with the estate. We're going to go with research rate. Go with Amulet Carver Workshop. We're going to upgrade Joint Manufacturing Hall. Over in Runin, Entrenched Garrison is what we're going to go with. And we're upgrading cities here as we continue to go along here. Yingchuan, we can repair all that's damaged. And that will be justification. Ba, another Grain Estates. More repair in Badong. Changsha, we can go upgrade the city, and in Chen we can upgrade to the livestock estate. So we're good for all that as well. So our commanderies are fairly well maintained. And we just go to our armies, one more movement for a certain kind over near Wudu. And it looks like Gongdu has taken Wudu Silk Trader, so we didn't even get a chance to go over there before. This is the other one. I have one single army off to the north of our settlements, right near the south of Gongdu, and he's trying to get to Wudu Copper Mine now, since Imperial City and Silk Trader have fallen to Gongdu forces. So Gongdu is traversing southwards in multiple fashions. And what we need to do is secure these two regions so Gongdu doesn't get any more powerful than he is, because he's the other big one on the map. Although he's been allies with us since the beginning of the game, to be true. And it's wondering what to the south is, because you can see still territory not uncovered. You can see Han Empire. But how far does Kingdom of Wei go all the way to the south? Because that's going to be an interesting one to see. And you can see Liu Bei territory as well to the south. He found situated Jianye and Guangling territories. So when we break through Kingdom of Wei to the south, we'll be able to finally try and vanquish Liu Bei. End turn. Start battle 1907, deployed 3,225, reinforcing Zhang Yan and He Yi taking on Kingdom of Wei here. 1926 deployed, 1601 remaining. It's going to be a close victory predicted. Battle of Chen. We're going to start battle. So Hu Tingpei, Zhang Yan, and Wang Shao taking on Qujai and Guojia. Battle of Chen. Reinforcement deployment zone is fairly far away, and they're not going to move towards it, so we're going to have to traverse outwards.
Enemy reinforcements are here. Stand ready. Move out quickly. Make ready. Quick march. Go, go. Run. The yellow sky awaits. Quick march. Yellow Turban, attack.
These are forces hit the field here. Right off that redeployment zone. Already trekking to where I need to go. Up that hill and over to reinforce our allies. You can see they're hiding in this tree. Wood elves. See, we are packing a decent amount of men, 2,541. 5 Yellow Turban warrior units. We have some Chanters, some Yusha, some People's Warband, and some Yellow Sky Heralds. You can see we also have some Militia of Virtue and Yellow Turban Spearmen. 3 archers and a horseman. 3 generals. These guys have been together for a while now. Pingai the Scholar, Huang Shao the Scholar, and He the Healer. see our horsemen have made it to the areas needed to be, and the generals as well. We're going to go after these mounted saber militia that are traversing just a bit past their comfort zone, slowly walking back towards their lines if we can catch them. You can see the other allies hitting the field. It looks like the enemy is shifting positions to try and go and send some of its army that way. And then it kind of doesn't. It starts ending it.
Such talk is unbecoming. Stand ready. March quickly.
The horsemen traversing backwards.
Go, go. Double time.
And we're going to shift our generals, 3 of them, and this horseman unit right across the field over to the other side of the allies where they entered, right behind the enemy. You can see an enemy general trying to traverse there and then thinking twice about it. It's firing bows.
You are too pathetic to survive. Are you angry? You sound angry. I think you're angry.
And horsemen trying to give chase towards us, but we're going to turn right around with our generals, and that's going to be the difference.
Rally! Our general needs our aid.
And there's a cavalry charge. Mounted saber militia. Take on some yellow turban horsemen, and then my general in the mix. Of course, some enemy right nearby. And I did not see that Lankai swordsman. And they are going to traverse past, so we're going to retreat backwards. Our army seems to be in position, but they're not moving upwards anymore, so we're just going to keep sending more. Keep getting closer with our generals and horsemen over on the other side of the field, chasing after some of the enemy that's harassing this small alliance army. See, they have even less of a force compared to their main army, which doesn't have too much either. It has a fairly sized 2 retinues in the main army that's full health. And there's the other army, the other enemy army here, so it evens out. You can see enemy army traversing from the south, right off to the side of that small army for our ally.
Attention! Destroy them! Attack! Unleash fury! Fight! The time has come! Steel yourselves! The enemy unit flees! What cowards!
You can see with my generals in the mix here, it's causing the enemy not to be able to just walk past this army. And that horseman unit adding an extra punch.
Attend, swordsman! Run! Cavalry, stand ready! Stand ready! Destroy them! Hurry, move!
So a lot of shifting happening in this conflict. A lot of different units, enemy units harassing in and out, and then sort of surrounding. Off to the left flank on this hill, you can see the multiple enemy emerging, and then to the right flank, them still being undecided as to whether to traverse towards the main armies, which I continue to send mine forth, but the ally hasn't.
Die! Shut up and die! Rise up! Prepare!
Bit of a cav charge here. some spearmen, so we're going to have to break off with our horsemen here because it's just too many. Overtaking this army, the allies here folding on this one side, and finally they traverse to that main army line. You can see multiple enemy axes and swords, some pole arms hitting the front side. Send back the archers. And our ally is moving up their forces, so that's going to be the saving grace. Right behind us, as their other army is fairly devastated, we're going to move back, move our generals out of there and our horsemen. We weren't able to save the day with those maneuvers, but we were able to stop them a bit and harass and harangue, and now we're going to go around and attack their archers. That's what we're going to do. We're going to send the horsemen and generals right after their archers, get rid of all of them. We do have enemy generals in the mix that we can see here, so maybe we want to gang up on them first. Guajia and Kongrong on the field. We're going to still send our horsemen after those Lankai archers. See our generals chasing Kongrong, who's still alive, sadly. Fucking correct. It seems to be. Enemy general falls, but we're going to see him probably in another battle, because it's been. Some tiger and leopard cavalry, a little bit of a classic, taking on 3 generals. So the enemy is fairly embattled here, even though they did put quite a decent dent in the front lines. You can see the amount of enemies just about equal, if not more so. But you can see the allies, the blue guys, entering the fray as our generals attack right in the flank. The enemy here, 3 generals. And we can hit our buffs, I think. Yes, we can. So we hit a buff and that changes. You can see a couple extra units here coming in from behind as well. It's going to be the difference maker. And there's a mass rout happening and a push surge forward on the front lines for He as they sandwich these units and send them wavering. 3 units right trapped and then another 2 off to the side that are retreating outright. So just a complete collapse in this battle, and the enemy having to retreat before they can get another 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units in there to be able to really shore up. And instead they're going to have a cascade of men charging at them instead of a well-shored front line to attach towards.
The enemy warriors are running. Ha!
Bowman unit caught off guard by one of He's swords. And they got some decent archers really hitting home here. See the amount of damage. Enemy ally general is fallen, sadly. You can see we're holding off this left flank force with basically the remainder of our army, and then the allies pushing through the center and the right. Got a couple units in the mix, but not too much. Off to the right flank, one Yellow Turban Warrior unit and a Yusha unit in the center are all that's left of the right flank and middle. Most of it grouped together and ended up attacking on the left flank to take out the enemy. Grouped up. So it's supposed to be their reinforcements shoring up on the front line to be able to just power right through. But just before they were able to do that, they ended up breaking. Send in our generals. Oh, and he goes down. Oh, no, it was a ping guy. No, both of them lost their horses. Only Huang Shao has his horse left, I think. Or no, he does. Ping guy has it. Huang Shao doesn't have his horse. Huang Shao's gonna lose this one, I think.
One step closer to victory. Ready. Can you not fight alone? It seems unwise to even entertain defeat.
And these last pushes, you can see the grouping of the ally army pushing upon Furia by high crossbow unit, and then the left flank breaking through and sending the enemy packing, having to go over there and take out some crossbows as well. They got a general and 2 crossbow units left, so it seems on the map. Oh, also way off in the distance, a heavy glaive infantry, which I have some horsemen I can send towards, but I don't know if that's going to be the difference. We might end up losing this. It's the same cav unit from the beginning of the game that ended up doing those snarky moves against the enemy. And they're in stance though. Yeah. Holy. So that horseman not doing too well. We're going to retreat backwards. A charge.
The enemy warriors are running! Ha!
Ready. Show no mercy. Make ready. Rise together. Blades ready.
We're going to fast forward here just a bit. We got some glaive unit off to the side doing nothing. We're just going to send our generals right after. And Huang Shao is relentless. The amount of damage he does. Ends up coming down to this one last unit, sending generals and some cav unit to dispatch, and they are slowly going down, but they are a heavy unit. got some glaives and almost ended up taking out that Yellow Turban Horseman unit. And close, 4 units left, 4 unit health left, I think. And that's the end of them. Let me just take a look at the battlefield here. I ended up turning out. Victory. Bowman's on the enemy side getting really good. Just 2 units getting 558 kills. The Allied General's getting really good too. 229 kills as well. 3,527 deployed, 3,020 lost, 507 remaining, 5,162 deployed, 2,509 lost, and 2,663 remaining. 332 enemy captured for Zhang Yan, and he forces Kingdom of Wei defeated. Close victory. And then we got another one here, 3,349 against 1,319 and 1,626. We're going to delegate this one. It's a close victory here.
Cunning triumphs over brute force. In service of the Empire.
Your weapons will be valuable in this fight.
Going to request assistance against Yuan Shu. We're going to have to retract for now.
As you prefer.
As we're right in the mix there.
Tell us your thoughts. Our talks have finished.
So Zhang Yan ends up declaring war on Kingdom of Song over the north. And Kingdom of Song also declares war on Gongsun Zan. Oh my. That is not good at all. The amount of Zan forces right outside Henai is not a good omen for the Kingdom of Song. We got a lot we can do here. We can maneuver and take out some of the Cao Cao forces that really have depleted. Right here you can see Machao has 129 men and 3,000. We're going to walk right through him. We're going to release Guajia. So that army's needed. Again, Cao Cao has a full force right over here. So we can go and try and take out Cao Cao, because I think that'd be a good idea. 2,370, as well as 2,238 reinforcing against 2,993 with 163 reinforcing. Small general unit. It says close victory. We're going to start battle here. Battle of Yangzhou Livestock Farm.
Reinforcements are on the field.
See our reinforcements have hit the field. We can see the enemy army in view. Got 3 cav unit. They got 4 bows. They have some axemen. They got some spearmen. They got some Jai infantry. 4 units. They also have some spearmen and some swords. 2 units. 3 units. 3 units swords. 2 units spearmen. To be true. And of course, the reinforcements are not going to be nearly as what they had wanted. But for us, we get 3 retinues on the field. We're going to have to overtake that hilled position. We got 6 generals and 2 horsemen, and I think we're going to attack that right flank right outright. That's what we're going to do. Got some medium spear cavalry, light halberd cavalry, and medium sword cavalry right on their left flank, on my right flank. So we're going to send our horsemen towards there. We got 2 horsemen, and 6 generals should be able to nullify 3 cav unit. Of course, we're moving our forces to surround that encampment. See 2 arrow towers and a decent length of wooden stakes.
Greater skill from children.
Our comrade is under attack!
Sadly, we do not have knowledge of the body. That would be quite good to have. Fast forward here, taking this archer tower.
The tower is ours!
Then we're going to go around, we're going to go and take these towers as well. Just with one of our generals. We're going to send 5 generals and a horse unit. 2 horse units right over that right flank. Sangling cavalry. And they lit the flames on the oil. We could see that happening. See that cav battle over on that right flank. The amount of damage those generals are going to do.
Warriors! Fight! We have taken control of their tower! Heal yourself!
And this cascade of units comes pouring down on the right flank as we got to retreat out of there. Tried getting their horsemen for free. So go to this hilled position. We're going to try and attack this West Court Emperor's Guard unit as well. Right in the center. We're going to send our generals after. There we go.
Ready! Revenge will be mine at last! You dare to speak to me?
See our armies traversing here. We got our first already landed right up that hill, attacking the center left flank. And the more units pouring in here for our side bodes well. And we do have some decent bow unit that we're going to send in. Over on the right flank, we are poised to attack.
Ready yourselves!
Show no mercy.
Bit of a cav charge right behind.
Kill them.
And now our bows start firing right in the thick of the enemy. As it has been. 6 units, and of course there you can see the enemy cav here trying to cross.
I will kill you, if only to shut you up.
And the right flank is completely flattened, leaving a huge causeway open to attack the enemy from behind on the left flank. And strafing. Just this one unit, holding back 5-10 units on my side right flank. This one last Yangzhou Jai infantry, medium halberd. Completely surrounded. The amount of kills the bowmen have racked up. We end up charging on the right flank to go save our generals behind enemy lines that have been taking out quite a bit themselves. And that Yangzhou Jai infantry is still there causing problems.
Make ready! Go, go, go! For the great coup!
This time, I will defeat you.
Strafe in the battlefield here, break. Multiple He forces moving through, trying to hit that left flank. And a certain kind of guard put up, try and stop them. Bowman hitting hard here, right in the enemy sweet spot. And 2 enemy units here, wavering on the right flank, surrounded. All 3 of them wavering, going to be breaking anytime soon. Once this breaks, that's going to be pretty much it. Even the amount of units that the enemy have now is being concentrated on and fired upon by the archers. On my side, it's a clump of units right off to the left flank that's been hard to break through. The amount of arrow fire has been deadly for the enemy. Of course, we're going to traverse over to the archers, because they got 2 archers on their side. They're causing problems as well. Again, still surrounded, this enemy. Two units on... This is one unit. Jiandong swordsmen on either side. 5 units of mine trying to break through, and they've created a certain kind of circle. One side, and this unit split for the enemy, trying to take on the world, and losing. Still holding strong to be true. Impressive. I'm going to shift fire here to the cavalry that's upsetting my lines. The amount of arrows. They're going to charge. Oh, they do a great cav charge right into the archers. Even with a hail of arrows.
Our victory grows ever closer.
break. Finally, those southern forces are able to move upwards and to tackle the enemy. What remains, this, upon large amounts of bodies and carnage, a small grouping of enemies still retaining some dominance on the field. And once we shift some more units over to them, that's going to be it.
The enemy warriors are running!
You can see a convergence happening finally. A win in the wind. You can see off in the distance, Archer Militia getting harassed by three of our generals. Just making sure that unit's not going to be able to do much. Two enemy generals in the mix. And you can see a break. This line right in the south. Left flank breaks, so we're able to surround the enemy now. This last grouping from behind. That's going to be it. Last spearman unit, this Imperial Bulwarks, it had to be the Bulwarks, it's going to be the last one left. Able to handle crowd control. And it's just attacked on all sides. Sea of yellow. You can see way off into the distance some enemy forces. This was the remainder, this was the reinforcements of the enemy. Doesn't bode well. No way, this ain't gonna do. Last bulwark. There, bulwarks fold on that hill. The hill is taken. That leaves a few sporadic enemies left on the map. A couple from the previous army. Got some giant infantry unit that's wavering, and then also a general, two generals to be true. Sun Quan and Cao Cao, the commander, who's harassing some archers. And then, of course, this last grouping of taking on this Dao Sword Guard Cavalry. Dao. For freak's sake. Well, whatever. Dao Sword Guard Cavalry is pretty much done as well. Even taking on archers and not so. Sacred Garden Watch entering the mix, ending that. And of course, Cao Cao himself, the archers surrounding him and just continuing to attack. He's got a small amount of health. Pretty much going to send the rest of the army after him.
Look, the enemy run! Craven!
See Cao Cao's in some dire strait. He's harassing this large mob of He forces right at the front of it. Trying to slow down. Ooh. Oh, Cao Cao goes down. He is out. Leaves a handful of enemy generals with a fraction of health. Oh no. Kuji, the enemy general, took out one of the remainder of our cavalry with one swipe. That was brutal.
Attend to battle!
Archers! Charge! Do not relent!
Unleash fury!
Gonna hit our buffs. And you can see a little bit of a scuffle at the front, but it's not gonna be much.
The enemy general falls.
Enemy general has fallen as well. Off in the distance. Still see an archer unit causing problems. Lankai archers. And this last shuffle, this last engagement with the small remainder of the enemy reinforcements had like less than 3 units full health, but they had about 5 or 6, 7 units with low health. So it's not gonna be much. You can see multiple.
Look at the enemy run. Craven.
To attention!
Last spear unit surrounded.
Unleash fury!
And we'll take a look at the battlefield. Claim victory. Pyric. Some of their horsemen getting 645 kills. It's just 2 units of the horsemen. Whoa.
Picture victory!
4,608 deployed, 2,463 lost, 2,145 remaining, 323 captured, 3,156 deployed, 2,921 lost, 235 remaining. Kingdom Boy loses.
We have need of
That's how it's defeated. And that leaves the Yangzhou livestock farm and Yangzhou farmland open.
One direction.
poised to strike. It is our time to be heard.
With wisdom. Strike quickly. A quick wit dodges the hardest blow. In service of the Empire, a lapping tide erodes stone.
Steel for battle. No effort will achieve this.
Of course, we continue to move upwards with this army over to Yingchuan. Try and take on the Kingdom of Song. We could actually probably take Hanai ourselves, which might be the better move.
My blade is poised. Standard stance. Justice is on our side. Remain pure.
For harmony. Stand ready.
So 3 armies ready to go take Hanai province of Kingdom of Song, and then we're all marching also as well as over to Taishan, which is 1 army has been there, so we're going to hit that, and we're going to continue siege.
Strike now.
So we got 1 army in the mix, and then we got another 3 armies following suit. So Taishan's going to be taken.
Ever forward. Not possible. To the Gren's design.
You can see Yuan Shao over on that river, that yellow river. Right as we take Taishan in the northern province. We continue to move downwards to try to take Yangzhou, and also we have movement in our other armies as well too.
Overwhelm them.
Have courage.
Try and take out Soha Dan, who is also near the south, near Badong. And 2 retreating armies as well as that we had defeated at Ba farmland that we're going to get rid of. Why do we need to take care of that later?
Planning ensured victory.
Release,
We are
release,
not barbarians.
recruit.
Remain flexible to react. I would meet with my advisors.
We're going to have a general to upgrade Chendai. And Confines, plus 3 resolve, plus 5 instinct, plus 2 enlightenment, plus 10% armor. Go with that. So I have a follower that we can recruit. It's going to be a foreman, plus 10% income from industry, plus 4 expertise. Couple cities to still upgrade. We're going to go with a pavilion. Debating pavilion. Jiangxia, we're going to go with prosperous farming estates. And Langye, we're going to go with prosperous farming estates. So we still have more Xiangyang. Entrenched garrison. Prosperous farming estates. A yellow turban citadel. Plus 15 public order, plus 32 military supplies, plus 80 reserve capacity, plus 12 reserves. Prosperous farming estate. Jade trading town, jade artisans, go Chen. Livestock farmstead. Boom. That's done. 134k, 42k every turn, so we have enough to be able to upgrade. And Liu Bei ends up attacking here. What is going on? 2,140 against 2,843. Looks like we're going to lose this. We're going to delegate. So they ended up attacking over to the south coast, Donglai fishing port. Liu Bei coming back up again from the south. Reminiscent of our campaign moving upwards against Liu Bei near the Kingdom of Song. And here we go. He Yi against Kingdom of Song. Tai Shan deployed 1,368, reinforcing 8,143 against 5,247. We're going to delegate this. This is going to be decisive victory. 9,511 deployed, 929 lost, 8,582 remaining, 404 enemy captured, 5,247 deployed for enemy. Kingdom of Song, 3,948 lost, 1,299 remaining. Ransom.
Release them. We have no use for them.
I hit ransom by accident. Whoops. Uh, 3,503. No, 3,253 against 2,506. Delegate. Recruit. Small force of Kingdom away. Defeated by Zhang Yan. Yang's out livestock farm. Not good. So they took out Yang. So this is gonna be a problem. Of course, that's not what I wanted. But they're right in the middle, so technically speaking, I can leave it for now. Let's see if we can trade. So let's see what we can do here. Kingdom of Wei signed a peace treaty with Kingdom of Song. About time. Faction developments. Homogenized construction methods. By one's person, one tests persons. By one's house, one tests houses. By one's township, one tests townships. By one's country, one tests countries. By one's world, one tests worlds. We've studied the scriptures and have taken our next step towards enlightenment. What shall we study next? Defensive preparations plus 10% ammunition for all units. I like that one. That is good. It's 28.5 enlightenment. Determined versus indecisive. As two friends argue, you remember a tale you were told as a child in which a man comes upon a crossroads. Both lead to his destination eventually, but he cannot see what lies down each road. He thinks first, go left, but then changes his mind to right. The sun sets and night falls. The man still has not moved. Determined. He should have gone left and not concerned himself with what if. Life is far too short.
Thrust with conviction and strike true.
When drawing a bow, hold the breath.
Remain honest.
Be still to conserve spirit.
Irrational and foolish. For China!
So we got a siege going finally. We got to Hanai first. We're going to continue siege. That'll probably be next episode. And Tai Shan looks ready to fall. So we're just going to delegate. 1299 deployed, 1299 lost for Kingdom of Song. And we deployed way more. 8,582. 4 large armies occupying 8 wounded. So now that we have Tai Shan, we can hit the healing, repairs. Tashan is back in our control, but of course we lost Dong Lai, so we need some forces over to the south.
Remain firm.
We're going to send Huang Shao over to Yangzhou farmland. Take that back. Delegate.
We won with integrity.
Close victory.
Now let us celebrate with abandon. Our dominion grows.
And that leaves Yangzhou Imperial City to be taken, as our allies have Yangzhou livestock farm. And we're going to move over to the south, I think, Liu Bei. Or at least one army is. We're going to raise one up in Donglai.
Vent frustration.
Hold the center. My aim is precise.
Hit recruit.
What do you
What are we
wish,
gonna
my
do
lord?
here? Fervent Defenders.
It is joyous
Giant
to see
Sea
the land
Raiders.
filled with life.
Bit of Archery Masters. And then we'll go heavy on Foot Soldiers. Huang Lao's Paragons. And Sacred Garden Watch. That's what we'll do. So that second army is being raised in Donglai Large City. We're going to go and siege that fishing port. We're also going to send a second army over there to help him. Leaving 2 armies to try and take Yangzhou Imperial City. 3, technically speaking.
Marching.
If we bring this guy into it. Hoodoo. We're going to put him on march. Get him over there quick. So that seems to be it. We're pushing on Kingdom of Song. We've taken Hanai, and there's a couple cities left. 3 or 4 cities, I think, in total. 5 cities in total, to be true. And that's going to be it. Once Kingdom of Song is taken, and Kingdom of Wei isn't... I mean, we're pushing on Imperial City now. That's going to be... It'll be interesting to see where it goes.
Strike now.
Oh, and one last battle. So it seems. Trapped. Xuho Dan on the river. Yangtze River. Thanks for joining. That's going to be it for now.